This is Showtime Sean Porter, and you are watching Heavy Bag Boxing.
You too. Oh, a whole lot of crazy work, baby.
Yo, that's crazy work.
What up, YouTube? Bit to your Heavy Bag TV, man. If you don't get your goofy ass in here and hit the bag. All right, man, my boy, my guy, Gervonta Tank Davis. Y'all gonna leave my dude alone too, man. I know he ain't fought nobody. You know he ain't fought no goddamn
Hey,
body.
bro, come on now, dog.
But he gonna do it. I promise you. Before he get out of that door, he's going to beat whom the consensus is one of the best in the division. And that's what's been the issue, especially as a Tank Davis fan, trying to defend him at every turn when it comes to his resume and guys that he's fighting, having actual 50-50 fights. And it, you know, at this point, it is what it is, man. Tank after the bag rather than legacy, it is what it is. But listen, this right here, and I want to play this clip for you. When the name of Shakur Stevenson is mentioned, the grimace, the mug on Tank face says it all. I think he just doesn't want these guys' names mentioned with his out of the simple fact that it attaches some kind of clout. And listen, it's the sport. I don't know why Tank seems to be taking it so personal or getting a little emotional about it. It, you know, if it's not Shakur, it'll be somebody else. But people are always going to ask about whom they want to see you fight. I got to admit, I want to see him fight it. Because when you really look at it, right? When you look at Tank at 130, 135, and he went up to 140 one time versus Mario Barrios to capture an interim title, by the way, against an undefeated big ass dude, which I like to give Tank a lot of credit for doing that. But has he fought at any point whom people felt was the guy? Right? At some point at 35, people felt like Teofimo Lopez was the guy. That's after he beat Lomachenko. It was a long period of time. People felt like Lomachenko was the guy. All right. Then you had Devin Haney. A lot of people felt like he was the guy, undisputed at 35. And now people feel like Shakur Stevenson is the guy at 35. And yet Tank has yet to fight any of these guys. And I think that is the biggest problem. That is where you can continuously pour salt in the wound. Real quick, let's check them out.
Yeah, so some fights can still happen, but after this year, I'm out of. Could we see you?
And real quick, you might have to turn your device up just a little bit to hear Tank on this one. On this particular one, I couldn't get the audio very loud.
Yeah, so some fights can still happen, but after this year, I'm out of. Could we see you with Shakur before you go?
And this is what I'm talking about. Look at his face once Shakur Stevenson is mentioned. It's a disgust there, right? He's disgusted that this reporter is bringing up Shakur Stevenson's name. And I don't know why, because listen, Shakur is most definitely whom a lot of people believe to be the upper echelon of 135 pounds. And that has been the problem with the career of Tank Davis. People just don't believe he's been fighting the absolute best each division, whether it was 130 or 35 or 40, has to offer.
For what? Like, who have Shakur? What have Shakur? You with Shakur before you go?
All right, and if you can hear right there, the reporter say, you know, maybe you'll fight Shakur before you go, right? Just saying, before you, if you're gonna retire, before you go, you're gonna fight Shakur, right? And this is Tank's response.
For what? Like, who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport?
And see, here's my problem with that, with Tank's rebuttal right here, or his answer. He says, for what? What has Shakur done in the sport? Mind you, this is somebody who unified at 130 and now has 135 pound WBC scrap, right? I mean, we can't slight or take any credit away from a world champion at the end of the day. Just like nobody could take the fact that he beat Pedraza from him or Mario Barrios, in my opinion, right? You can't take these victories from him. So when you ask what he's done in the sport, he's a world champion. He's done exactly what Lamont Roach, whom you're about to fight, has done. But he's done it in 2 divisions, and he unified a division. So for him to say, what has he done, is crazy. And then you can just kind of roll over his resume and say, hey, what did Rolly Romero do? What did Ryan Garcia do? Right? What did Hector Garcia do? What did Frank Martin do? So for him to say, what did Shakur Stevenson do? That's crazy, man. That's crazy work.
Yo, that's crazy work.
What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. The Keyshawn.
Shout out my nigga Keyshawn.
Looking way more better than this nigga. So I keep screaming this nigga name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So when you say to those who say that you might be afraid,
his name for?
And I'm talking about my man's, and that's the end of that video. My man's is mad Aggie. Like, he is agitated. He's aggravated about the fact that he brung his name up. I don't believe he should be. And again, this is something I just believe Tank has lacked in his career, especially the latter part of his career. And that has been fighting the absolute, whom the consensus is, who believe are the absolute best in the division. He's just yet to do it. And listen, I'm a Tank fan. I've defended this dude. I kept telling people, oh, it's going to come a time when he beats them all. And that time hasn't come. And listen, if they made Shakur Tank tomorrow, I'm taking Tank. The only time I ain't taking Tank is if he fucking with my hometown nigga, that's Keyshawn Davis. Now, I'm going to fight y'all tooth and nail there. I might be wrong at the end of the day. I've been wrong before, but you know how that go. You got to roll with the hometown hero and believe. You have to believe. But if they fighting tomorrow, I'm taking Tank. All I'm saying is, you can't get mad if people bringing up this dude's name. He's whom a lot of people believe is the best in the division, and you just not known for fighting the best. And it sounds like he's saying, for what? Like, man, I don't need to fight him on my way out, which he doesn't. But again, what does that say about the legacy?
Hey, bro, come on now.
Of course, dog. Tank Davis, we've heard him say it several times. He don't care about belts. To me, belts equate to legacy. It's all about a bag, and we got to take them at face value. Definitely want to know y'all's thoughts, man. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Big TL Heavy Bag. I'm out of here, man. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.